everyone. So, good evening, good morning. Okay, depends on where you're watching from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Faith. I'm gonna be quick. I'm expecting my brother is coming with his daughter, so I just want to be quick. Okay, so this one is quick. So I did this makeup, so I don't want it to go to waste. I just wanted to touch, you know, about breakup, when you break up in a relationship. And I'm just gonna say slightly, because still I don't want to talk about, there's some certain things I still don't want to talk on this channel yet. In the future I will talk about them because I'm still going through process. So for now, I just want to talk about my breakup with my ex. I was once married, and there's a lot to talk about. But live in Ireland because I met a guy in Nigeria during my years in Nigeria when I was training. I think we caught for, let me say, over a year before I traveled out of the country. So he said he wants to marry me. He doesn't want me to leave the country without getting pregnant for him, which I did. Though we later got married, but that marriage wasn't really like, those representing somebody. I was in Ireland, so my sister represent me. He paid my bride price. Then he joined me in Ireland because I was in Ireland and I waited for 7 years. But I say waiting, I was waiting for years. So if you see the gap between my first and my second daughter is, okay, she's 20 and the last one is, she's 12. So there's a big gap. I was waiting for him. But with the sense, or with the whole experience I have now, I would not do that again. Waiting game. No. So in the end, yeah, I left to, the whole journey. When I said, I've talked about how I left Nigeria, migrate to UK, and from UK to Ireland, I was pregnant. So when I was in UK, I was 6 months pregnant, and then I left to Ireland, and then that's when I gave birth. So I was waiting for him. During this process I was on my own as a disabled mother, raising up a kid on our own. It wasn't easy. These were the time I could have lost my insanity. When you say you lost yourself, some people become depressed, and you become, I was depressed. I wouldn't say I wasn't depressed. I was depressed because during that time, it's like this. The only thing that keep me, or keep me that I look forward to, was my daughter. I love her so much with every being in me. So I just wake up and just be there for her. It doesn't matter if I don't do anything to myself, because I wasn't looking after myself then. So it was tough. And though, so sometimes that you come to, there's a place in my life where I look back and I say, sometimes the decision we make, does it really worth it? So yeah, so that would be it. So I will talk about that, another time. So being there and let go of myself, not looking after myself, a lot happened, weight gain, and so many things. So in the end, because and things didn't go as planned, like getting documents on time. I didn't get documents on time after 5 years. So from 2001 to 2005. 2005, when I got my documents, I went to do some distantly, like some training, distant learning, and ECDL, like computer and information technology. I did that for 2 years, excuse me. So when I finished with that, I did work experience, and during the process of my work experience, that was when, so I'm just briefing this story because they all have layers. So during the course of my work experience, I come across this advocate. No, actually, she worked there. So, it was just like, okay, I can only do 9 till 1:30 because I need to pick my daughter up. I think 1:45. No, I think 2:45. So I said I can only work till 1:30 because by the time I drive home to pick my daughter up from school, and she was like, "Whoa, it was an Irish lady. And you mean you have a child?" And I say yes. And he's like, "Are you married?" And I say yes. Then I wasn't married. So he was in Nigeria. I said, he asked me, she asked me, where is he? And I said, he's in Nigeria. And you here alone raising up this child? And I said, yes. So, well, do you know you can bring him here? And I'm like, okay, can I? I didn't know because they make us sign, like, we were meant to sign, we were made to sign, document that giving you resident permit does not give you you know, the privilege or the access to bring anybody into this country. So we all believe in that. But when she told me, she showed me everything, give me some form to send to my baby father. Then I did. So he started the processing of coming. So yeah, so that was it. We worked all that, and he came and he joined me, and life began. So I'm cutting short the story because so life begins. So he came, and in the end, he came, and life begins. And I realized the man that used to love me, that wasn't ashamed to show me off to the world, was not ashamed. And things wasn't going on. We were fighting all the time. He started cheating and doing all sorts. So we weren't living like husband and wife. We were living like enemies. So then I just couldn't. I was dying. I was not like a plant that was not water. If you have a beautiful flower and it wasn't water, it will wither away, die gently. I was like that. So we're fighting every time, like arguing, and like I said, people will say, so he was no longer the man that was, prior to show me off. Now, we're not in Nigeria. A man, in Nigeria, there's so much stigma and shame. But in Europe, things are different because, everybody being married to disabled is nothing in Europe. So, but now we went, how we were in Nigeria when I know him 7 years ago. He was a totally different person. Excuse me. So now my ex was a totally different person. We both have grown apart. I don't know, should I use that word, or he was not a different person. So he, do a lot, like, like cheating, and he was cheating on me. He, so many things. So I wasn't like living like, we both were living like husband and wife. So there's nothing there. It was dead. So I was still in denial. I stayed there years and years, to a point that my daughter went to school, came home one day and said to me, "My dad don't love you, you know that." So my daughter came home from school one day and said, "Mom, you do know my dad don't love you." That was that was just it. That broke me down, and there was no going back. That was a wake up call for me because it has nothing to do with a child. For a child to notice that there's something was not right between me and the dad, it doesn't worth living. I have to go. That was when I knew it was time to go. If I don't go, the main reason I was in that marriage in the first place, I am going to lose it. So there are a lot of things about relationship, marriage that people don't really think about. So, with our culture back home, so the reason what kept me going, what kept me waiting for him was, one, he said he loved me, was going to marry me. But even though when he was coming, after the visa came through, he actually went to my family to pay the bride price. That's all going to be another story. So when my daughter said that to me, it broke me down. And in our culture, because we say, oh, I don't want to be, I don't want to have kids for so many men, or for a man, for 2-3 men, so you stay in abusive relationship. That's wrong. And sometimes our people will say, oh, for the sake of our children, you are damaging those children, staying in abusive marriage. You're staying there for your sake, for your guilt. You're not doing it for the kids' sake. You're doing it for yourself. That's my opinion. Because I came to realize that me staying in that marriage wasn't good for my daughter, my elder daughter, because the younger was too young to know what was going on. The older one witnessed things. When she's with him, he made calls to other women. So you wonder why she would say, oh, my dad don't love her, because she noticed. And she it was years after we moved here, because it's not really good to involve your child when you're having anything with your husband. So you don't involve the children in the fight. Sometimes you think you are trying to explain, you might be doing damage to them as well. So it has nothing to do with them. So it was only when we moved to this country and she said, oh, you do know that my friend, I don't want to mention her name, mention her name, and say, you don't know that he was always going there when we're in school. She's giving that to me. Why is your dad? Because the mother was a single mother. So why is your dad always coming to our house to drag remote with me? Don't you guys have TV in your house? And why is he always coming to our house? So another child is having a go at my daughter in school, saying your dad is always coming to our house, because because she haven't got a dad in her life, which means he is having an affair with her or whatever. I don't want to quote it like that. Okay, I wasn't there, but I know he was cheating on me. I've saw other evidence, so that's fine. I knew it was time to go. And when my daughter, she told me that, and she told me other things, but she shouldn't have to experience that, because she's gonna think that's how life is. She's gonna think that, God forbid, tomorrow she met a guy and she's in an abusive relationship. She'll think it's normal. She'll think, oh, anyway, I saw my dad and mom going through all this stuff, so this is it. I didn't want that for my child, so I sacrificed living. I had to leave. And mentally, he didn't physically Abuse me? I'm not gonna lie. Like physically abuse me, no. But physically, it only happened maybe once or twice. It wasn't like, it was just like one slap, you know, or a shove. It wasn't like bad, no. It was the emotional, psychological, mental torture. So it was just, okay, it's the layers of it, you know. So I think we lasted for 5 years. Then within all these years, I was telling him, when I'm in, I'm in. When I'm out, I'm out. I said, the day I will leave you will be the end I will ever. There will be no turning back. It doesn't matter if you turn to a prophet tomorrow. I will never come back to you, but we can be friends, or we can. You will always be forgiven, because it's not like, it's not, forgiveness is not about it's not about the person who hurt you. Forgiveness is about you moving forward. My hands are dry. Forgiveness is about you moving forward. It's about you taking the next step in your life. It hasn't got nothing to do with whoever has hurt you. So it's about me. So if you hurt me, offend me, well, I have to forgive you for my sake, for my sanity. I have to look after my, you know, myself. So that's my coping mechanism. Forgiving, letting go, and trying to heal and go to the next step. So I have been told, telling him, I will leave, I will leave, I will leave. And he will always laugh at me and say to me, have you looked at yourself lately in the mirror? Have that man seen you? Have they seen you? Those men? Ah, you go nowhere. Or sometimes he'll say to me, you can go. You go. Or he will say, nah, you will never leave. And he will say some other things I cannot say here, like, you leave me, look at me. He'll turn around and say, you'll never leave me, because he thinks he's too cute and all that stuff. And I can't. For me, I can't be, that bring out the beast in me, like, and I said to myself, right, when it's time, I will be leaving. And when I'm leaving, I'd rather die being single and spend another years with you, or spend my life with you, the rest of my life with you. And that's what I did. When it was time, I packed my bag and baggages. I bought tickets. I planned my leaving. Okay, there was a lot. To the point, because I was really desperate to leave. So many things happened. Our landlord evicted us in that house. So I have to beg our landlord, because I've booked my ticket on the 18th. On the 7th, no, was it 17? I was bleeding for 18. So now, and I have to be smart as well. Now that he really know I bought my ticket, I was leaving, he changed. He's trying to be nice to me. I'm like, whoa, seriously. And he said at some point, you need to cancel your ticket. Nah. So I just ignore him. And another day he came, it was like, I can stop you from leaving. When he said that, game change. I changed my game. Because when you are dealing with a narcissist, he was a narcissist, you need to play their game. You need to come down to their level. When I say come down, you need to play their game. So I changed my card. I was playing his game now. And I said to him, I have put on a lot of weight, and I'm no longer attractive to you. You no longer see me, fancy me. So I need to go to UK. I need to go and look after myself. The reason I'm going is for my head's sake. So that's what I told him. So I actually told him that I was leaving to UK to look after myself. He believed me. So I went with him to sign the documents of the house we were moving into. I know that I wasn't going to move into a new house with him. So I signed with the landlord. I told the landlord I'm going to UK and I will be coming back. So he rented a 3-bedroom. Now, knowing the kind of person that he is, if he was really smart, he could have, because it's always, that's him all the time. He never thought of me. He always put himself first. Me. How can you have a disabled wife and you were moving to a new property, you were renting a house with stairs, not a ground floor. There was no ground floor. So how do you expect me to move into that kind of house? He rented a house. Me, what are the possible? How? I know I was. So then I was like, you know what? Thank God I'm leaving. So I signed everything because normally they won't give him the house. So I have to sign for him because it wasn't working. But for me, the landlord is not going to say, oh, you're not working. No, it's not going to penalize me with my disability. It's definitely going to give me a property. So I signed and everything was, sorted. And I said, okay, we're going to come. What I now do was I throw out a lot of my property and leave few that I know I would never come back to. I leave those property for him and my crutches. He took everything to the house. Like, okay, this little woman is still coming back. She's just going for treatment in UK. I've told you I want to leave you. You didn't want to believe me. Okay, I've turned the alarm off. So when I was preparing to go to UK, I bought a ticket. So now I didn't want anything that would stop me from leaving. What I didn't want anything to stop me from leaving. What I did was, rather than buying 3 tickets for me, my 2 daughters, I bought 4 tickets. The reason was because I was hearing this story about, obese, when you are morbidly obese, obese, can't fly. You hear one airline or the other had problem. I heard there was something on the news about just one person. It wasn't like the general thing. Well, it's not really because I was big, I won't fit on one seat. But because of what is in my head, I was like, okay. I bought 4 tickets. One was wasted. One seat was wasted. It's not like we use it. But that was how desperate I was to get out. I was really ready to go. So my electric wheelchair, I have to call the airline. I have to give them all the details because sometimes that's why everybody, I just don't know. For us disabled, it took a whole lot. It's a whole lot to leave, so much. If everybody is going to travel, you're just going to buy a ticket and poof, off you go. For someone like me, there's a lot. If I am leaving to a different country now, I have to call the airline. I have to give them the weight, the width, the height, everything about my chair. I have to tell them how the battery of my wheelchair is. So many things. We have to book it. They have to is it take out the battery or put it in manual. Something about when they are on air, something that will happen to the battery or whatever. There's so many things, So I did all that because I wasn't going to get to airport and because of this and that. I just have to take all the list, everything. I wrote everything down because I'm leaving. I don't want to spend another 1 month, 1 year with him. Yes, so that was how I found myself in UK and I started new life. So leaving my ex and starting a new life in UK. So that's how I moved back to UK. So life has been exciting. I have been having fun. Things have changed, and you know, building my life, regaining everything, and not looking back. Not looking back. I've not looked back. No one single regret. The only regret I had is I should have left early. That's the regret. So when I left, when I got here, I said to my daughter, and I said, everything you saw in that marriage is not how marriage is. And I said to her, look at my younger brother. That's how marriage is. Do you see them fighting all the time? And she said, no. Please do not think that what you see is how marriage is. So I made her understand. You shouldn't settle for abusive, shouldn't think a man abusing you is normal. No, it's not. But at the same time, it's hard because you don't want to fill that child head with so much negativity. So you still need to protect their young mind. So it's so hard breaking up from a marriage and moving on with the kids, because it does affect breakup do affect children. It does. So you have to be careful. Yeah. So this is all I have today. Please subscribe to my channel and share, comment, like, share, and your comment is welcome. Please comment. Tell me what you think and what you think. I should do better. I welcome your opinion, your ideas. Okay, guys. So until your baby girl come your way again, you stay blessed. Do you be you, and let no one tell you otherwise. Christmas is coming. It's just around the corner. How many days to Christmas? It's today 19. I think today is 19. So it's just few days away. Is it 6 days away or what? So yeah. Yes, so I will be coming up with other stuff. And my birthday is around the corner. Don't ask a girl how old she is, but you'll find out someday how old your baby girl is. No matter how old, she's still your baby girl. Okay, guys, take care and stay blessed. Be you, do you, and still positive. Bye.